If you feel like tiny homes are nothing more than cramped little boxes, get ready for a shock. While everyone else is booking expensive hotels, beach hut owners are already packing their bags. This trailer home lets you settle wherever you want, even right by the water. It's basically 5-star functionality inside. Well-designed relaxation areas, a separate bathroom, an ergonomic kitchen, and a sleeping space on the second level. This house is so tiny, it has a hidden mini room for a mini person. And that person is probably Harry Potter, because who else could fit a second floor with a king-size bed into a 550-square-foot shed? What started as an office with a solid oak desk and a zoomer's amount of monitors quickly turned into something much cozier. Now it's got a kitchen, a relaxation area, and even a creative workshop. Hard to imagine a better place to live. If you can't wait for the next Dune movie, there is an alternative. A 36-square-meter home hidden in the dunes of Tasmania. It has a triangular layout and sits like Paul Atreides himself picked the spot. High up, at a distance, with a perfect view through a frameless window. Right from the bed. The kitchen is positioned at the headboard, so you can cook your sautéed sandworm without leaving your observation post. You'll just need to step away for a minute to use the bathroom, tucked away in the narrowest part of the triangle. Quite well designed, actually. $70,000 for an 8-meter aquarium sounds like a lot, right? But what if I told you it comes with a bedroom featuring a massive bed, a dry bathroom, a kitchen, and a spacious living room? The glass walls are even modular. You can swap them out for solid panels or even giant posters if you feel like it. Plus, the whole thing sits on wheels, so you can move your aquarium closer to the ocean whenever you want. The world runs on stability, and stability runs on our videos about container homes. This one is built from a 6-meter container, but somehow fits a living room, dining area, and a mini kitchen inside. The shower is surprisingly spacious, and the double bed on the second level is basically king-sized. Add a small terrace at the entrance, and it's easy to see why container homes are still at the top of the trend list. This concrete bunker is actually a spy house. They placed it to keep an eye on the construction of that mansion over there. And to see better, they added a 3.5 by 3 meter glass wall. Why is it tilted? So more sunlight gets in. Just look inside. You basically don't need to turn on a lamp here, or even the heating, because to make the home cozy, all you need is warm floors. And the design, it's hard to believe all this luxury fits into just 25 square meters. When construction is finished, it'll become a guest house. Though, the guests will have to behave perfectly. This tiny home is perfect for anyone who wants to relocate to the Strait of Hormuz and get a front row seat to the global events that are unfolding right now. With compact dimensions of 8 by 2.6 meters, this thing is hard to spot, even with a drone. And if you ever need to change location, a 90 horsepower engine will get you out of harm's way fast. Fuel prices rising, utility bills going up, not your problem. This home runs independently and couldn't care less about tariffs. Inside, there's a dining area that converts into a bed, a kitchen, and a small bathroom. And no oil involved, which, for your safety, is probably the most important part. Want to choose your own neighbors? In 1 week, a house like this can be standing right next to you, and you can rent it out. Claremont ADU is 46 square meters of full autonomy and coziness. Light tones and lots of sunlight work like a space expander, making the small area feel big. But there's a risk you'll want to live here yourself and never rent it to anyone. If you've always wanted the Cullens mansion from Twilight but never hit the lottery jackpot, here's your budget option for $75,000. This home with stunning panoramic windows and a retro design is built from 3 6-meter containers. And yes, it's fully autonomous, so you can live far from people with a gorgeous forest view. Solar panels power the appliances, tanks collect water, and gas never runs out thanks to a buddy tank system. Everything you need. And if at some point your family grows, whether with people or vampires, just add another container, and the personal space problem is solved. Even the architects couldn't quite decide whether they had built a tiny house or a giant floating buoy. It gently rocks with the rhythm of the lake, and even the unusual kitchen chandelier sways along with it. The house is fully autonomous, with solar panels to power the lighting, and a composting toilet that eliminates the need for traditional plumbing. A powerful wood stove keeps it warm even in winter, when the lake freezes over and turns into a natural ice rink. Although, honestly, I wouldn't want to wait 2 seasons to enjoy this place. Put on your best black and white outfit, because we're entering Terra Urban. This space almost feels divine, especially when a king-size bed literally comes down from the ceiling. The functionality is practically magic. There's a washing machine hidden inside the kitchen countertop and a cozy dining area that blends perfectly into the design. On the opposite side, you'll find a place for ritual cleansing, while up under the roof sits the true sanctuary, the main bedroom. This isn't just a tiny home, it's an 8-meter mobile temple. The next space mission could have the surprisingly ambitious goal of delivering grain silos to Mars. Why? Because they transform perfectly into futuristic tiny homes. Although the future colonists would have to take some rock climbing lessons first. Living in just 13 square meters takes some serious agility. Want to relax? You'll have to climb up the wall to the 3rd floor. Hungry? Head back down to the 1st. And if you're looking for a book to read, well, dive on down to the basement. But don't let its compact size fool you. This thing can fit up to 38 people inside. So yeah, our whole street is moving to Mars together, so at least we know our neighbors. Orchid Tiny Home is like a boutique hotel shrunk down to a house on wheels. It's never dark in here, and the secret isn't magic, it's huge skylights. During the day, the home is flooded with light, and at night, you can watch the stars without getting out of bed. The interior plays with your sense of space. Big backlit mirrors, panoramic windows, lots of air and light. Thanks to these features, the small footprint feels like a designer loft, not compact housing. Here's a little life hack for calculating the area of a cylinder. Just buy a cylindrical tiny home, and you'll see why on the paperwork that it's 12 square meters. Its interior is very well thought out. On the first level, you've got a kitchen, living room, and a bathroom with a tropical shower. Upstairs, there's a large bed with a TV. And if you take the spiral staircase up to the roof, you'll find a spacious terrace with an umbrella. Feels like a little slice of heaven, whether you're a math teacher or not. Pack your bags, because we're heading to Scotland to hunt for the Loch Ness Monster. I've already picked the perfect place. Ah yes, this 15 square meter home should fit all our subscribers just fine. The night shift can watch the lake from the couch thanks to the panoramic window, the snack lovers can take over the kitchen, and the luckiest ones get the bed on the upper level. At night, we'll gather around the fire and talk about our hunting adventures. So, who's booking a spot? Hold on. The design is futuristic and all, but how are 2 people supposed to live here? I'm not buying it. Right at the entrance, there's a full kitchen for cooking and comfort. That's a good start. Further down the hallway is a bathroom with a shower that's genuinely impressive in size. Not bad. But what about sleeping? Oh, there it is. Upstairs. Hey, that's a king-size bed? All right, I take it back. 2 people could easily fit in here. Maybe even 3, if you really try. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. This Korean-style modular home seems to exist for a single purpose: to store your K-pop collection. You can design the interior however you want. Fill the living area with album shelves, hang light sticks on the walls, and squeeze in a couch under the window with the right kind of pillows. The corner kitchen is clearly meant for cooking bulldog, while the bathroom is there to recover from how spicy it gets. There's supposed to be a bed on the mezzanine, but honestly, I just cover the floor with dakimakuras. You could probably fit all 7 members of BTS up there. No, that's what you call full arirang. I have no idea what giant these binoculars were borrowed from, but they make for a pretty great tiny home. The open layout flows from a modern kitchen into a cozy living room and ends with a stylish shower. Floor-to-ceiling glass walls completely blur the line between the house and the terrace, where a hot tub overlooks a quiet pond. And considering it's fully autonomous, I'd call it just about perfect. Work in a stuffy office? No way. Better work in Nomad Pro. One button, and you've got an office with a view of a forest or a lake, not your desktop wallpaper. Unlimited coffee in the mini kitchen, and nobody touches your lunch in the fridge. On breaks, meditation on a bamboo floor. In the evening, a shower and deep sleep. That's what a workspace for digital nomads looks like. Switch on digital detox mode and look at this glamping house with no electricity. Up to 4 people can live in 34 square meters, thanks to a smart 2-level layout with beds by the windows, so you literally wake up surrounded by forest. In the center is a wood stove. It heats the place and creates the vibe. I know, you're already jealous, but that's not all. Outside, there's a terrace with a barbecue for cozy evenings without phones. And most importantly, you can bring pets, and the atmosphere gets even warmer. This flat house looks like it escaped from a 2D world because it's only 63 centimeters wide. Outside, there's a separate entrance to a fully equipped bathroom where there's actually enough space to dry off with a towel. Inside, a narrow corridor leads to a living room with a couch. The dining area deserves special respect. These chairs can comfortably fit 4 dwarfs or 1 bubble bass, a true testament to its spaciousness. Upstairs, the benefits keep stacking up: a library, an office, and a bed with a TV. So yeah, no real limits in this very limited house. This place might as well have been the main character in the movie Split, because it doesn't have just one personality, it has 3. A mini house, an eco house, and a tree house. Thankfully, everything inside is perfectly stable. The lower level gives you a living room, kitchen, and terrace, plus a bathroom with a stunning handmade stone sink. Upstairs, it gets even better. A copper bathtub by a curved window and a massive wooden bed create a very specific kind of atmosphere. And as a bonus, deer occasionally stop by the nearby pond. He wants a trailer to see the world. She wants a cozy Pinterest-style nest. And together, they want this: a full home on a trailer. From the outside, it's pretty modest, but inside, it's beautifully done. It has everything: a full kitchen with gas tank, a big fridge, a washing machine, and even a shower with a window. But the main feature is the bed. During the day, it lifts up to the ceiling on cables and frees up the living room. And all of that in a home you can simply hitch to a car and travel the world. Isn't that the perfect solution for a couple? If you own a massive estate, you could put this house on it as a stylish mirror piece. If not, come on in. I'll show you what's inside. I have one word for you: sauna. It takes up nearly half of this 6-meter space and promises some serious relaxation. On the opposite side, things cool down in the cozy living room and a mini kitchen. There's even room for a separate toilet and a spacious shower. feels less like a tiny home and more like a private spa, with a price tag of 80,000 euros. Not cool enough for humans? No problem. You can be a legend among birds. There's no way they could pull off a nest like this. Sure, by our standards, it's no bigger than a shed, but the panoramic wall will make it feel much more open. This thing is fully off-grid too, powered by batteries that give the space a warm glow in the evenings. And don't forget the mezzanine bedroom, where a truly king-size bed is waiting. This container house lives up to its name, Blue Beetle. Outside, it's plain, but look closer and it will surprise you. The 6-meter container was intentionally not repainted. Rust and travel marks stayed as part of its industrial past. And on top, they added a safe rooftop terrace to enjoy the wide-open views of Marble Falls, Texas. Inside, everything is unexpectedly stylish. The full kitchen with massive wooden furniture and modern appliances is especially surprising. In a tiny 6.8 square meters, they found space for a work area and a beautiful shower with an autonomous composting toilet. The home is rented out, so everyone has a chance to spend a weekend here. How about housing for $120? Paul Elkins built this shelter from corrugated plastic and construction zip ties. He loves building and testing weird housing ideas. And even if there's space like in a greenhouse, and a sleeping bag, a camp kitchen, and a radio, and you can live there for a couple of days. Paul guarantees the durability. The shelter stood in his yard for 6 years under sun and rain. And apparently, it annoyed him with how indestructible it was, so he decided to destroy his own creation himself. We're geniuses. This house is built from the 4 architectural elements: a gabled roof, corrugated metal, wood, and glass. The full blueprints will probably leak online sooner or later, so let's focus on the layout instead. To the right, there's a double bed. To the left, a cozy living room. And in the back, a kitchen with a wood-burning stove. To reach the shower or bathroom, you'll have to step outside into a separate module. But honestly, the surrounding views more than make up for that. If you ever see someone dragging a shipping container into the jungle, it's probably me. I just can't keep watching these outdoor showers and open-air bathtubs anymore. At some point, you start to think, maybe I want that too. And just like in those videos, here we have wood-paneled walls, a massive cozy bed, a clean tiled kitchen, and a campfire to finish it off. That's it! You're never gonna see me again, or any new videos. Well, unless you subscribe, so go ahead and hit that button. When you've got an old trailer and skilled hands, you can end up with a farmhouse on wheels like La Ronde. It all started because Christophe Stelio simply didn't like most mobile homes. You know, plastic, tech, all that. So he built this little house to blend into nature. Lots of light, only natural wood, and tons of retro details in the design. The main feature is the sliding roof. It's literally convertible mode for a house. You press a button, and the bedroom turns into an open-air viewing deck. Even time flows differently in La Ronde, and you just want to live slower and enjoy the simplest moments. If surviving in the forest looked like this, instead of The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio, I'd move out there immediately. Sleeping in a horse carcass? No thanks. A wooden cabin with a stove? That's more like it. On one side, there's a cozy bedroom. On the other, a living room. And not a freezing dirt floor in sight. The kitchen is so well done, it could make even a boring meal feel special. And the water options are on another level. An outdoor hot tub, an indoor concrete bath, and an open-air shower that basically screams, yeah, I live wild, but I still take care of myself. You know why all the cabooses on trains disappeared? They got turned into designer mini apartments. Step inside and you'll find a living room, a comfortable dining area, and a full kitchen decorated with an amber glass chandelier. The bedroom is way cozier than those cramped train bunks, and the bathroom looks like it came straight out of a catalog. If trains could offer this level of comfort, tickets would sell out at any price. If you're looking for a balance between a remote cabin and a luxury getaway, check out Nordic A-Frame Villa. It's located not far from the capital of the Philippines and feels like a high-end countryside retreat. This home with 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and 2 bathrooms can host up to 8 guests. Plus, there's breakfast and spa treatments. It's like a hotel, but without strangers. And the key detail, a heated pool and hot tub. Doesn't matter that the depth is only 90 centimeters, it's safe. The interior and layout create a nature cabin vibe, but the equipment is seriously high-tech. Netflix, PS4, Starlink, karaoke, 3 air conditioners? Admit it, you want to go already. Back in the day, a shepherd's hut belonged only to farmers. But today, it's part of the slow-living tiny house trend. No sheep included, but you do get wooden furniture and a real stove. The concept of minimum square meters, maximum atmosphere is executed perfectly. This triangular house looks like an Illuminati headquarters, though they clearly tried not to draw attention. The inside has everything you need to control the world remotely: a coffee machine, a bed, a spot by the fireplace, and a shower for karma cleansing. The rooftop terrace lets you keep an all-seeing eye on the planet, while the patio below is perfect for relaxing in the sun. Because even reptilians need a break sometimes. Looks like conspiracy theorists might have been onto something. Who says you have to move into a penthouse after an illustrious snowboarding career? Mike Basich chose to live in just 21 square meters in the mountains, and clearly it was the right call. His home blends rugged stone, warm wood accents, and large windows that let nature step right inside. Even the kitchen looks like a piece of art thanks to its granite countertops. After a day in the mountains, he relaxes by the fireplace or takes a shower with a stone bench. No noise, no deadlines, just complete peace in his own small retreat. Who lost their roof? Wait, this is intentional? Oh, these designers. A-frame cabin is a triangular-shaped nature getaway where the roof is also the facade and the walls. Inside is a cozy minimalist loft. And honestly, I'd be surprised if it weren't. Who said 12 square meters is small? If you use space smartly, there's room for everything you need. And you can even fit 5 people. Here, look how it's done. They place the furniture, then the kitchen, and even squeeze in a washing machine. Stylish, practical, and every centimeter working. What else do you need? This wagon home feels like it came straight out of the Wild West. Thankfully, just the aesthetic, not the part where wagons got ambushed every mile. Wooden walls, vintage decor, and old photos tie everything together. And a Victorian chandelier hanging above a queen-size bed? Yeah, I can already picture myself throwing my cowboy hat aside and passing out after a long day on the range. Want to move to France for just $1,155? This tiny home makes that possible. It's made up of 21 separate panels that fit together like a puzzle, forming 3 color zones inspired by the French flag. The blue section is a cozy bedroom. A divider separates it from the white living room and doubles as both an entrance and storage space. And then there's the red room, where you'll find the kitchen and a wood-burning stove. You'll have to bring your own baguettes and wine, but the atmosphere is already taken care of. This shepherd's hut is tucked away in the hills of England, far from the judgmental eyes of glamorous penthouses. Its dining area easily transforms into a bed. It's hard not to appreciate that kind of flexibility. What's really surprising is how much they were able to fit into just 10 square meters. A full kitchen with proper appliances, plus a bathroom with running water and a flushing toilet. That's about as much comfort as you can squeeze into a space this small. While others pitch tents at the campsite, a couple of seconds, and you have a 2-story home. Press one button, support legs extend. Press another, the roof lifts, and a bedroom is hidden underneath. And that's it! The house is ready faster than a cup of coffee. This isn't a house. You're looking at a mushroom under a microscope. Only it's full scale with glass walls. The real magic is in the stem, where the bathroom is located, cleverly dividing the space into sleeping and living areas. And if you thought that fuzzy glowing thing on legs was a lamp, you're way off. The mushroom doesn't need artificial lighting. Even the furniture isn't really furniture. It's designed to look like spores. Talk about biological architecture, huh? What if you decide to live inside a shipwreck? Not a real one, of course, but a carefully designed imitation like the Shipwreck Lodge in Namibia. Inside, it feels nothing like a disaster. The beds and couches are perfectly positioned to face the windows, so you can fully take in the view. There's also a bathroom with a toilet hidden behind a very private curtain. It's a place where the harsh aesthetics of the desert meet the uncompromising comfort of modern luxury. This capsule completely shatters the idea of a static concrete home. It still manages to fit a comfortable sleeping area and a mini kitchen, but it also has wheels, just in case you feel like running from utility bills. And trust me, those can add up fast, especially when you're using a regular shower every day. But that's no concern for you here, thanks to a built-in rainwater collection system. Don't try telling me you wouldn't want one of those. Meet Daniel Quirk, a man with a rare case of reverse claustrophobia. Wide open spaces make him uncomfortable, so he downsized into a tiny 9 square meter shed. It started with a full renovation. He ripped out the old creaky floor and painted the walls blue. Inside, he managed to fit everything he needed, from a functional couch with a workspace to a full kitchen and even a bathroom. Now, every inch has a purpose. And for the first time, Daniel actually feels at home. What's better than living in Australia? Living in a tiny home out in the wild, right next to everything that might want to eat you. At least here you'll be safe. There's a comfortable bedroom, a bathroom, and a couch providing a front row seat to the kangaroo fights outside your window. The main feature is total independence. No reliance on utilities, no worrying about outages. You have solar panels, your own water system, and even a rolling pull-out table. It's basically a bunker, just with a minimalist designer look. Remember the era of filters and the never-ending stream of TikToks filmed within the confines of 4 walls? Well, that's when the comma cabin appeared, a house hidden deep in the forest, far from people. It was intentionally made tiny to minimize social contact, but the open-air toilet gives you maximum freedom. The interior layout makes it feel like a sailboat. Everything between the bedroom, the kitchen, and living room is perfectly balanced. Honestly, it's so well designed that even germs would struggle to find a place to hide. This guy had such a hard-hitting dream about an American diner that he decided to build one out of metal and wood. Armed with the tools, he created a camper where vintage booths and a professional kitchen look like they came straight out of an Elvis-era movie. And he didn't stop at just the dining area. There's also a shower and a cozy enclosed porch. The whole setup runs on solar power and is ready to hit the road at any time. This isn't just a dream about a diner anymore. This is a real one that can travel. Valentine's Day is still 10 months away at this point, so technically, you've got time to do something a little unreasonable. Like buying your partner a boxable modular home instead of an iPhone. Trust me, the unboxing experience would be on a completely different level. The interior leans into a clean, bright look, while RGB lighting quietly moves through the space from kitchen to bedroom. It's a bit more impressive than a phone's flashlight, to say the least. And with its 6x6 meter size, it almost feels portable if you're willing to stretch the definition a little. Do you know that feeling when you want a village cabin, a high-tech smart apartment, and a home on wheels all at the same time? That's exactly why this guy bought the Mobile Hut. Despite its summer cabin look and modest 15 square meters, the Mobile Hut is designed for year-round living. It's fully controlled from a smartphone. Heating, lights, security. You can turn it all on while you're still on your way home. And the best part is the mobility. Living and working not tied to a place, but to your mood? How is that not the dream? This seaside home is the embodiment of Danish hygge. Simplicity, comfort, calm, and no rush at all. It's only 10 kilometers from Copenhagen in the coastal suburb of Skovshoved. In 50 square meters, you get a courtyard, a balcony, and a terrace, perfect for reading a book wrapped in a blanket. Inside is a pleasant design with no unnecessary extras. The perfect final cozy detail, a morning French press or filter coffee from a pink coffee maker. And a special bonus, the house switches you into hygge mode even if you used to live only at big city speed. This is pretty much how I imagine the Seven Dwarfs house. Though in this whimsical 9 square meter cottage, 7 dwarves won't fit. But Snow White and her 2 cats will be just right. Inside the mini house, there's a bedroom, a kitchen, and a lounge area. Every centimeter was furnished by the hardworking owner herself, and it's pure aesthetics and visual magic, creating a fairy tale, cozy atmosphere. But the main thing is, it's well hidden in the forest, so the evil witch won't find the princess. There's no more universal home in the world than Intershelter. See for yourself. You can set it up on the ground or in a tree. Or you can fold it up and transport it even to the North Pole. Because its strong geodesic dome is designed for the harshest conditions, and it doesn't even need special upkeep, painting, or repairs. You design the interior yourself, but 14 square meters is plenty for all the comforts of civilization. No wonder this cost-effective home also has a social mission. It's used as housing for people going through tough times who need a safe place to live and recover. A wooden capsule sized 3.2 by 6 meters is the perfect way to enjoy the comfort of a real home in nature. Admit it, after an active day, it's much nicer to return not to a sleeping bag, but to a warm bed, and even take a bath. Basically, it's glamping, but it feels like a full home for any season. Come closer. I just want you to feel this vibe. You're watching the sunrise with a cup of coffee, listening to silence. Isn't it paradise? This small cottage was built back in the 70s. Amenities include a king-size bed, water tanks, and 0 neighbors. And imagine cooking over an open fire like this, chatting here in the evenings with your other half, looking at the stars. In a place like this, you just want to toss your phone far away and enjoy life surrounded by nature and cute chickens. Sounds like a great plan to me. What do you think? And now I'll show you the perfect place for tired Gen Z and millennials. Ban Na Kang Tong is a mix of an eco-resort and a Thai village among rice fields. What do you do here? Well, in the morning, you step out of your hut to birdsong and touch rice. And in the evening, you contemplate the meaning of life in a hot tub with mountain views. By the way, during rainy season, the hut automatically becomes a lakeside cabin. And that's another plus 100 points to the overall vibe. Nicolas Cage could steal a car in 60 seconds, and these guys can assemble a modular house in a minute. Look, 2 pairs of hands, a few confident moves, and there's already housing on the plot with an interior like a double room in a hostel. And the name Comfotel hints that you're looking at a great startup idea. Comfortable hotels! And that's it for today. Tell us the dimensions of your home in the comments. and let's see if it's mini or maxi. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Bye!